Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. Fa'auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. First of all, I would like to thank Online University for giving me this opportunity. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm a pediatrician by profession. But for past 18 years, I'm dealing with children. I'm teaching them in weekend school and also training teachers and mothers. And this is one area that I feel is where we need to refine ourselves and also understand why our children are so hyperactive. Many parents, they feel a lot of anxiety and depression because their kids are hyperactive. So in this session, what I would expect you to learn is basically identify various alternative reasons for hyperactivity in children. We would also like to look into the core characteristics of the hyperactive tactile child. And yes, a little assessment into identifying a tactile child and also generate ideas of how we can support this child at home as well as in school area. Now, basically, what you need to understand as a parent or as a teacher or even a mentor is that when you are looking at children, the younger they are, the more hyperactive they are. And as they grow older, they are going to adopt any one of the three learning styles, which are the basic learning styles in the childhood. They can be visual, or they might be auditory, or they might be tactile in nature. And there are many factors which are going to gear them towards these styles. Number one, definitely what is in their own temperament. Secondly, the learning style of the parent, which is also going to have an impact on the children and also the home environment. But by and large, what we see is that majority of the children are the visual learners, about 40+%. They will look at a picture or anything to see and they will learn through it. And majority of them are boys. So drawings, pictures, books, videos, that is their predominant way of learning. Then we have about 30+% of children who are auditory learners. And these are the kids who love your voice. The moment you start speaking, and the kids, they settle down, they are ready to listen to you, they are ready to respond to you. And yes, we have seen in experience, majority of them are girls. Now for us, the problematic area is these kinesthetic, tactile learners, which are about 25% of any population. They are the ones who are basically action-based and they learn through a lot of activities. Studies say that by large, it is equally divided among the boys as well as the girls. But in our experience, usually we have seen it to be the boys. Why it is important for us to talk about these tactile kinesthetic learners, because many a time we look at any tactile or hyperactive child and we immediately run to label them as dyslexic or having ADD or ADHD because they share many similar features. So if you look at any tactile kinesthetic hyperactive child, what are you going to see? This is a child who is continuously moving. He just simply can't sit still. And this is like something which really bothers a lot of mothers. They learn through touch as well as talk. They learn best by doing things. And for that, we see that they use their gross motor muscles as well as their fine motor muscles. And he has an excellent physical memory. And they also have great hand-eye coordination and they are very quick in their reactions. Typical history for any parent or teacher with this kind of a child is he is going to be unsuccessful or not happy at all in a traditional kind of a school environment. And that is why many parents, if they are living in especially subcontinent into Pak, they are not usually happy because over here in our school systems, we have children where the teachers expect them just to sit. Apart from that, even in the home environment, there are a lot of parents who expect their children to just sit on the table for like straight 2 hours and finish off their work and then get off. And for these children, this is like a very difficult area. They zone out when they're listening to a teacher for a long period of time. and they may start daydreaming or even doodling. They have difficulty in concentrating on the paper and pencil assignments. They will fidget, they are going to be wiggly, they will kick, and they are going to be out of their seats all the time. They will interrupt a student or a teacher, and this is when the mother will be going in the school environment and she'll be constantly coming back with these complaints, and she'll be feeling totally lost and helpless as to what she's supposed to do. Many, they drop things on purpose as well. Typically, the teacher would tell the mother, your child is very intelligent, but every few minutes he wants to go out. He is not serious in my classroom environment. He either needs to go to washroom, is playing with his stationery, wants to run any form of errand that I have in my classroom environment. If you look at a lot of studies, what we find out is that about 20 to 30% of students in the environment of the school, they are hyperactive. As I told you earlier as well, that overall you would always find about 25% of the children who will show hyperactivity. But as I have put up this study in front of you, we find out that like 8% of them, they keep having this hyperactivity even when they enter adolescent period. Why? Because a lot of these children are mishandled or they are not given the right direction that they should be. How come there is so much hyperactivity around us now? Many times when you're sitting with your own parents and they look at their grandkids and then they look at you and they give you this expression, why is your kid so hyperactive? ये तुम्हारे बच्चे को क्या मसला है? This is like a very typical scenario that we experience with our parents, and many a time the parents are loaded with guilt. They don't know where to strike the right balance. So we have to see that yes, hyperactivity has always existed, but with our lifestyle change, we are facing more problems. Why? Because we have dysfunctional families. You know, the father is working, mom is working. When we are home, we have our own set of priorities. We are not able to give focused time to our children, our families. There are high demands on children. You know, we expect them to do so many things the whole day, and there is hardly any time where they do some focused activities. We are living in the times of chemical and industrial pollution, which is also having an impact on us. Our kids, we also see that previously they were termed just lazy or stupid. Many a time they would drop out from the school and they were just going for some jobs, quitting their education because of that. Now, while we are talking about children who are actually diagnosed as hyperactive tactile kinesthetic category, let us try to rule out some common things which can make any child hyperactive, like a sudden change in child's life. He was the only sibling. You have another baby at home. So definitely this child is going to get hyperactive. Or you change the school of the child, or there is a death in the family, or there is a sickness in the family. I mean, anything that is going to have an impact on the child will make him hyperactive. Then any medical cause, he's on some sort of medication for asthma, any other illness, whenever he's on medication, you have to definitely check with your doctor and also inform in the school that my kid is going to be a little hyperactive because of this medication he's on. You also have to rule out hearing or visual problems. Because children, they won't be able to express themselves, Mom, I can't see well or I can't hear well. But obviously because their communication will be suffering because of the hearing or the visual problems, so these children will come to you with the hyperactivity. Definitely in our times, if the kids are bored, they are going to be hyperactive. And many mothers, they do experience this thing. You're visiting some of your friend and there are no kids, the age of your kids, and your kid is fidgeting, he's restless and doesn't want to stick there. Any form of anxiety or depression is also going to make children hyperactive. Food, the junk food that we are on and our kids are on, all the shortcut foods, you have to cut out all those foods because they are making our kids hyperactive. The candies, the chocolates, there has to be a ruling system for your children when and how and where they can have it. And yes, media exposure. We are living in the times when everything is about fast lifestyle. Everything, the food is fast, the media is fast. So everything is having an impact on these children and they are also becoming fast. Now with that, we also need to understand how much a child needs to move. Because many times I come across these moms who consult me and they come to me in a lot of panic and they are like, my child is tactile, hyperactive, kinesthetic. They have no idea how much the normal child should be moving. And many times when I look at those children, they look so appropriate for their own age. So for all the moms out there, you need to understand, and also yes, the fathers, children attention span is related to their age. Approximately it is 3 to 5 minutes per year. Like for example, if you have a child who is 5 years age, so 5 into 3 or in 5 into 5, so it will be 15 to 25 minutes. A child 5 years of age can sit at a stretch for 15 to 25 minutes. But this attention span is going to be dependent upon the level of interest that you have created. For example, your child loves maths, so he will sit not just for 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. But if he hates maths or any other subject, within 5 minutes, he will start fidgeting and you will start labeling him as a hyperactive one. Also remember, if our body is inactive for 20 minutes, they decline in the neural communication. So it's Allah's system of keeping us in the motion so that we have this neural activity in our brain. And movements, they usually allow the students to refocus and strengthen their ability to pay attention. Like in the classroom environment, when especially the teachers, they complain to you that your kid moves a lot. What you have to do is look at the scores of your child. If he's doing well, you have to request the teacher to ignore it, especially if he's not interfering with the studies or the classroom environment or affecting other students. If he's just moving in his own chair or is he fidgeting, then it shouldn't worry the teacher.